Hello everyone and welcome to another 9-rip video. The volume a little bit. We're going to be doing Kureha's endings today. Omitting the, I think it was godly end. The one we did in the last episode, which kind of snuck up on us. We're going to be omitting that one because there's not really a good place to insert it. So we're going to be doing the heavenly end and the 3 bad ends. And I think one of them is the common root end. If it's not, we will be doing the common root end in this because it's just knocking on the stall door and probably dying. So, and then in Hibiki's route, we're going to make sure that we end after the credits, and then we'll include his godly end in the endings video. To pull up Kureha real quick. I don't know why I have a Cupid Parasite sweet and spicy review. I was probably looking at the review of Ryugi after I finished it just to compare my experience with their experience. I like to do that after I'm done, just to see how our opinions compare to each other. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 bad ends and the common root end. Okay, so godly end we did, heavenly end we're going to do, which unlocks the CG, and then we're going to do the bad ends. So do we do bad ends first? Let's do bad ends first. We end on a good ending, hopefully, with a CG. Let's go ahead and start off with the common root end, which is going to be save file 1. The stupid theme song keeps trying to sneak up on me. Not prologue. Save file 1. We're going to knock on the door. What should I do? Knock on the door. Insanity. Oh no. I don't want to harass her, but I can't give up now. I decided to knock on the door. Hanako, can you hear me? I'm gonna kill you. It seems you can. You can hear me, right? No response. I knock on the door again. Mid-sentence, I was suddenly pulled back. Then Yui leapt in front of me. Why? Yui was staring at the ceiling. I followed her gaze and... There, I saw Hanako perched atop the toilet door peering down at us.
戸を開けようとしたの。私、うるさくしてないじゃない。今度こそ静かにしていたじゃない。それでも、また喉を切り裂くの。
He's losing it. No, I won't. I'm sorry. I promise I won't hurt you. Hanako paused, continuing to leer at us. Then she slowly retreated back into the stall. It was so scary. I thought I was going to die. For Hanako, perhaps the stall symbolized the room where she was confined in at the Kigami mansion. Maybe the stall is her only safe space, and yet I kept pounding on the door.
出直した方がいいかもしれないわ。
No, let's stay for a while longer. I want to try talking to her again without knocking this time.
わかった。あなたに任せる。
I took a few deep breaths and focused on the stall door again. Aw, no one died. Whatever. I thought this was going to be a bad ending. It didn't say if you knock on her door, like she kills you or something. Okay, so I'm going to skip all red, and I will bring you back when we're at the ending. Alright, here's the new text. That God gave me time to think here, but it all felt too short. Let's see, where are we at? I think he's just... Okay, they're talking about Hanako and the drawing boy now. I wish I could stay here a bit longer.
そんな顔は似合わないぞ。お前には前を向いて突き進んでいける。その強さがあるじゃないか。
Yeah, I guess so. Despite agreeing with him out loud, internally I thought the opposite. Even if I try talking to Mom, I'm not sure she'll understand. Like Kureha says, since arriving here, I've done my best to push through the adversity in front of me. But in the mortal realm, can I do the same? I'm not so sure. We'll see if this is red text or not red text. It's red. I'm gonna skip to the next part. Which wasn't very far, apparently. Okay.
あなた、何を言っているの？そんなこと今さら。ダメよ。絶対に許しません。
You can hear what she's saying this time.
おい、出なくていいのか？
Oh, she's not answering it. Oh, well. The ringing stopped and returned to the previous screen. Perhaps because of the call earlier, the screen was no longer static.
出なくてよかったのか？
You're just gonna stay here forever. I was just so surprised, I froze up. Next time I'll pick up for sure. Despite my saying that, I knew that even if a call came again, I couldn't say for sure if I would answer. What am I doing? Thoughts of my last talk with my mom kept swirling in my head. I'm not ready to talk to her. Considering everything else that was going on, I realized she probably wasn't calling about my career sheet. I knew that, but
とりあえず少し休め。また倒れたら大変だからな。
I'm not very sleepy yet. Still being alone for a bit sounded nice. I didn't dream last time I slept here, so maybe a bit of sleep would do me good. You're right, I'll try to get some sleep. Lying in bed, thoughts of my mom and my future infested my mind. In spite of those thoughts, laying down caused drowsiness to overcome me. I opened my eyes and gradually sat up. I guess I dozed off for a bit. I rose to open the curtains, and there was Yui sitting on a chair.
気分の方はどうかしら？
Yeah, much better. I think I may have even overslept a little.
それならよかったわ。というか、あなたにいい知らせがあるの。七不思議の最後の一つを見つけたわ。
Oh, okay, not skipping. Okay. Okay, so the Wraith... No, she's not a Wraith. The girl in the kitchen attacked. What do I do now? I have to act, but I'm unsure of what to do. I always messed up in situations like this. I don't have the confidence to. Struggling for words, I froze. What if I fail again? I grew paralyzed by fear. What's this? My vision. It's going dark. Oh, really? When I regained consciousness, I was in the nurse's office with Yui.
ああ、よかった。目が覚めたのね。そっとしたと聞いて心配だったのよ。
Ah, that's right. I failed again. And this time my mistake was serious. I can't do anything right.
今回は無理だったけれど、次があるわ。七不思議の幽霊は、また現れるのだから。
Right. Yeah, I guess so. Next time. Will I be able to manage next time? What should I have done differently? In this gloomy world, I found my mental state was already at its limit. In the end, I was unable to do anything. Once the fear had taken root within me, it continued to grow. No matter what the others said, everything went poorly for me. It was the same as the mortal realm. It wasn't long before my heart simply stopped beating. She just gave up. And then, I became a ghost bound to the school. How does your heart just stop beating? After my death, the school immediately returned to normal. I realized that the strange world had indeed been created for me. Every evening I went to the window to stare out and watch the setting sun.
外に出たいのなら、出られるわ。家族が気になるのなら、一度お家に帰ってみても。
What regrets are holding you here? Hearing this, I turned around to see Yui standing behind me. No, I can't do it yet. I don't have the courage to see how everyone is after I disappeared. I was still self-confined to the school, each day regretting how things had turned out, knowing this wasn't how it was supposed to be.
ゆっくりでいいと思う。私なんて、受け入れて前向きになれるまで、たくさん時間がかかったんだから。
Her words made me realize I never asked Yui about her past. She says she triggered her own spiriting away, but... Yui, what made you want to trigger your own spiriting away? I spoke cautiously. Yui turned away, then spoke slowly.
私は、そうね。端的に言えば、個性を持てなかったのよ。名家に生まれ、家の名に傷がつかないように努力してきた。それはいいのよ。そういう家に生まれてしまったのだから。それが運命と受け入れていたわ。私が嫌だったのは、 父から個性を持つのを禁じられたこと。
What do you mean? How could he do that?
好きな花、好きな歌、好きな色、趣味まで。作られた設定を守り、父の描く月神結衣を演じてきた。
That's extreme. But perhaps that's what it's like for all children born to prominent families. Actually, it sounds kind of like what I was going through. A path created by my parents for the children to merely follow.
自分を殺されたような気持ちになったわ。生きているのに、生きた心地がしなかった。もし、私が自分の中にある問題を乗り越えられていたら、違う人生を歩めたのかもしれないけれど。でも未だにね、どうしたら乗り越えられたんだろうって考えてしまうのよ。想像すらできないの。そんなのだから私は死んでしまったんだって思うわ。
Yui then smiled as if she'd come to terms with her internal strife.
問題の内容は違えど、結果的に私たちは同じ道をたどってしまった。でもね、前にも言ったけれど、私はあなたのおかげで今ある問題に立ち向かえている。
That is, she had a new goal to help those who were hurt by Isaosukigami. Since I came here, Yui had been working hard towards that goal every single day.
あなたも私も成仏できていない。それはね、すべきことがあるからなのよ。心残りをなくさなければ、お迎えは来ない。
I think for me that means facing up to how I acted towards my mom in the end. Yui placed her hand on my shoulder in silence. She opened her mouth to say something, but then quickly closed it again. After a while, she quietly left. All alone, I stared out the window. I wonder if I'll ever be able to bring myself to leave here. How did my mom and sister accept my death, I wonder? If I could gather the courage to leave, if they had been able to move on with their life, perhaps I could be at peace and cross over. But if they hadn't... I saw a strange silhouette outside. Sensing me, the silhouette started to approach, moving ever closer. It appeared to be walking normally, but at times it would seem to lose its balance. It was certainly moving in a bizarre way. Huh? No. That silhouette... Uh-oh. Mom? That thing, it looked like my mom. But her arms and legs were bent abnormally. That was when I remembered Yui's words. They flashed vividly in my mind like an image being played back over and over.
あなたにも待っている家族がいるでしょ。
Before I knew it, she was right in front of me. We were separated only by a single pane of glass.
ミサ、やっと見つけた。
残された人たちが悲しみでおかしくなることがあるのを私は知っているから。
これからもずっと一緒よ。
Okay, I was fully expecting her to, like, jump scare me, ending mother. Aww. Her mother died and become a wraith. I want to say wraith, but she knew who she was. Probably not. Still, her mother died of grief. That's gotta not end well for Misa, huh? She's gonna be stuck there forever with her regrets now. But yeah, I was fully expecting her, the silhouette to turn into some kind of jump scare. I'm glad it didn't, because I probably would have screamed. Anyway. Okay, so we're gonna go down Kureha's bad endings now. Starting with Safe House 6. It's the one where she chose to see spirits again. Okay, well, it's this one anyway. We're going to load it. Alright, my wish is allow me to see spirits. I want to see spirits. I inscribed those words in the book and immediately they faded away. Maybe she's gonna die, huh? Then both the brush and the book vanished into thin air. Huh? Could it be a wish beyond its power to grant? Sigh, maybe it's time to head home. The whole ordeal sidetracked me from considering my school options, so I simply left the library. Then as soon as I got into the hallway,
あら、まだ残っていたのね。進路の資料でも見ていたのかしら。
Yui? I rubbed my eyes and looked again.
どういうことかしら。目が合っているような気がするわ。
Yui?
どういうことなの？私が見えるというの？
I nodded. she collapsed on the spot. I guess even ghosts can pass out. Wait, shouldn't be thinking about that now. I tried to touch her, but my hand simply passed through her. I can't do it like before. I was panicking on what to do when...
おい、ユイ、何があったんだ?
That doesn't sound like Kureha. Maybe it is. I heard a familiar voice coming from far away, and in came running. Kureha. He didn't sound like that from far away. I could see him too.
お前、俺が見えるのか?
That's right. I made a wish to that book and... I explained what had happened, and Kureha listened to my every word.
そういうことだったか。とりあえず、保健室まで運んでいこう。詳しく話すのは後だ。
I'm sorry. Thank you. Oh, it's a new guy. Saw someone unfamiliar next to Kureha. It's funny that it gave us his name.
ああ、こいつは俺の友人でな。後で紹介する。
Oh, is that the friend he watches movies with? That's cute. Oh, right. I understand. So this person is another ghost. I felt a strange uneasiness as I looked around, and then... I saw Hibiki, and next to him was Seiya. All the ghosts are here. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, there's another one. There was another man wearing a kimono. They're all here. Behind him was a mysterious floating boy who continued to stare at me. She's seen all of them. Maybe I overdid it with my wish. I regretted it a little, but the joy of being able to meet Kureha again made up for it. I wonder how things will be from now on. A lively yet bizarre new life. I had a feeling there would be more strange things to come, and I found myself looking forward to it. After all, I've grown used to living with spirits. I chuckled to myself as I ran after Kureha. I think this goes from like every single common route too. How is that a bad end? Because I guess they didn't talk about being able to live together forever or whatever. I'm okay with that bad end. Anyway, we're going to go through save file 5 now. So this one, we're going to say Isao Skigami is dead. He's going to turn to a wraith, isn't he? He reacted to it. Yes, he's no longer here anymore.
そうだ。奴は朽ち果てていた。だが、魂は。
Uh-oh. The color of Kureha's eyes, and then the aura surrounding him suddenly changed, and in that moment...
魂をも滅する。
felt a sharp pain in my back. Then I slumped to the floor. Did I cause him to go mad? Murdered you. I felt a burning sensation well up in me. Where did I go wrong? You didn't kiss him. That's what you did wrong. In my final moments, I thought of his smile. And as I thought of the memories of who he once was, the flame of my life was extinguished. I figured one of these would be her dying, probably once by him, because that's how these ironic endings work. Hunger. He needs to murder all the souls. Needs all the souls. Alright, now we're going to go to save file 3. Okay, we're going to go to this one. And we're going to say reliving a painful memory. She doesn't want to buy. So what are we talking about? I don't know. We're going to be living a painful. The ghosts I'd encountered so far, all the rumors about them were frightening, yet their true stories were all rather sad. Oh, she's asking Yui this. With that in mind, maybe the Wraith didn't want me uncovering the truth because it would bring up painful memories for them?
確かにそれはあるかもしれないな。まあ、俺は別だが。
Okay, she's not talking to Yui. Right, you have no memories, huh, Kureha? No memories. There was something there that seemed important. Anyway, let's get back to the matter at hand. If my theory is correct, we should confront the Wraith directly. Digging into the rumor's origins could antagonize it further.
確かにそうだけれど、とても危険よ。
話を聞いているうちに呪い殺される可能性がある。危ないからやめておけ。
What if this is after she first got attacked? But facing the things I feared is what has allowed me to get this far in the first place. They both fell silent, appearing to accept the logic in my point.
ひとまず噂話を探しましょう。今あなたが提案してくれたものは最終手段として取っておくということで。
ああ、賛成だ。俺たちが隠密に動けばいい。どちらかは彼女についていよう。
The conversation continued as the two of them planned their next steps. Finally, they came up with a plan to learn more about the final wonder. It was also determined that it was safe for me to be alone because Yui had the sole key to the nurse's office. Seeing as ghosts were unable to pass through walls in this world, by keeping the doors locked I would be safe. Even so, it's frustrating to feel so powerless. I was scared, of course, but the inability to actively solve my own problems made me feel even worse. Then I sighed in resignation. No, as I sighed, a knock on the nurse's office door caused me to leap up in fear. Maybe that's Kureha. Since Yui was the only one with the key, it had to be Kureha. Rising, I made my way towards the door. That would scare the heck out of you, like, no, she found me! I would be dead silent. I kept hearing the knocks. Oh my goodness, that would unnerve me to no end. The same question was repeated over and over. The sound didn't stop even when I covered my ears. The questions were repeated in robotic succession over and over. I felt as though my mind was going to shatter like glass. Somebody, please come quick. I felt pitiful for wishing that. This must be the voice of the Wraith echoing inside my brain. Yes, in that case, perhaps the best option would be to open the door. Why would you think that? I don't understand. But my whole plan depended on whether or not the Wraith would actually listen to me. She's going to eat you. The only way to find out is to not open the door. I was afraid of meeting her alone, but I knew I had to overcome this fear. And so, I gathered up my courage and headed towards the door. I reached for the lock and unlocked it with a loud click. The door was open from the outside, and it glided in through the opening. As expected, it was the same Wraith as before. She was so tall I had to look up to her face, and her eyes were filled with a dreadful despair. For the first time, I was able to look at her face to face. My throat was dry, but I managed to muster the courage to speak to her. I wanted to talk. Can you tell me about you? My voice was shaking. My knees were buckling, and I felt myself unable to stand for much longer. The Wraith said nothing as she reached out to me. She doesn't want to talk. Before I knew it, I was being strangled and slowly being lifted off the floor. I tried to break free, but she was too strong. At my resistance, I felt her grip tighten even more. No, 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 no. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Wish not granted. Hanging in midair. Well, that's not a very nice title for the ending, is it? Poor Misa. Okay. Now we're going to go to the heavenly end. We're going to end on a good note. We're going to load save file 4. This one. We're in chapter 8. So the second to last chapter. And they're talking about they're discussing her conversation with her mom. I forget again the context. I guess I should have paid better attention so I can fully explain what they're talking about here, but Kureha wanted her to go and talk to her face to face instead of over the phone. She had just talked about her dad during this, so she added some more context behind why her mom was wanting her to do what she wanted and why she didn't want to go into medical school. And I forgot what he said, but that will never happen. Looking back, I regret the way I lived before. I won't ever let that happen again.
そうか。それならいい。心配しすぎていたようだな。
I'm just glad you care. Thanks for listening, Kureha. Maybe I just wanted to know you care about me.
深い意味にとってしまうぞ。
His words made my heart race, but I couldn't deny them. Even that response makes me happy. Suddenly, Kureha embraced me. Goodness, before I could react, he let go.
すまない。一瞬、理性を失った。
Don't apologize, let's see where this goes. Whatever. That was certainly a surprise. He said he lost control. Part of me wished it would happen again. I know, right? Me too. Let's do it again. Alright, we're going to skip to the next part. I wonder if it's the same perspective or not. It's not. It is a different perspective. After finishing our search for the key, Misa and I headed back to the nurse's office. Though something about her expression seemed off, gloomy even.
もしかして、進路のプリントを渡したことで、暗い気持ちにさせてしまったか。
Oh, not at all. It actually made me happier than I've felt in a long time. He didn't seem to be lying. Maybe I was just imagining things. But then what else could it be? Oh.
もしかして、先ほどお前を急に抱き寄せたことで、不快な気持ちにさせてしまったか。
Huh? No, that's not it either. Actually, I didn't mind it at all.
そうか。それならいいが。
The way he reacts to these, it's like he's processing it, but he's not fully processing it. He's like, huh, okay. No, it wasn't good at all. I overstepped my bounds, but perhaps it's too late to worry about that now. My feelings just took over in that moment. How am I supposed to handle these emotions? I'll probably keep watching over her even after she returned to the mortal realm. He'd find someone else eventually, start a life with him. It's unbearable. I know, right? Kureha, is something wrong?
なんだ。何も言ってないぞ。
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything, right? No, you just looked so upset, almost like you were going to cry.
ああ。まあ、俺にも思うところがあるんだ。
He doesn't want you being loved by another man. If you have something you want to say, please say it. I want to help. In that case, I want you to love me. And I want you to join me here after you die. Aww. But what about crossing over together? Why do you want to keep her bound here to the school like you? I felt a mixture of fear and shame. I quickly slapped myself in the face, hoping that would send me back to reality. His inner emotional conflict is really cute. Alright. Alright, so right after they met Yui in the hallway and she was like, "Where's the boy? I sent him to go find you." She collapsed in the hallway. And now she's in the nurse's office. Now there's different text here. When did I fall asleep?
目覚めてくれてよかった。
Well, it may not be different text, but it's unread, so it's going to go somewhere different, I'm sure. As I began to recall what happened, my mind slowly started to clear. That's right, I fainted. I slowly sat up, assisted by Kureha. Okay, well, fine. It's not very different then, whatever. I'm pretty sure all that was the same, but it's whatever. Okay, this is where it says it's red, but it's not because I cut that out of the video. And instead of saying I have feelings for you, we're going to say we'll find a way to be together. Then let's find a way for us to be together. Kureha looked back at me frozen, but I confidently continued. I'm sure we can find a way. Together we can overcome anything. Just look at all we've managed to do so far. That's why... Kureha gently cupped my cheek in his hands.
すごい。奇跡だぞ。俺も同じことを言おうと思っていたんだ。
Kureha's voice was filled with excitement and laughter, but he wasn't planning on saying goodbye either.
同じことを考えているとは感激だ。こんなに嬉しいことはない。
His broad smile left me overcome with joy and relief. I'm glad I waited to read this afterwards because after reading his perspective, it sounds like the ending is going to be her dying and living with him instead of going back to the human realm and living a human life where she can only see him. That's my guess anyway. Phew, thank goodness.
ミサ、うつしおに戻る前に見つけるぞ。そばにいることを感じられる。そんな道を。
Yes, Kureha, I know we can do it. A path for us to stay together.
とりあえず先にお前の気持ちを確認させてくれ。
Oh, really? We're going to
Misa.
confirm.
お前も俺を好きなんだな。そう思ってもいいんだよな。
Didn't he say that it was cowardly to make her say it first? And now that's what he's doing.
お前からも聞かせてほしい。俺への思いを。
Despite already knowing, his eyes conveyed a sense of worry. Of course I care about you, Kureha, no matter what the future holds. We exchanged smiles, a fleeting moment of joy in this bleak, somber world. Let's be together. Okay, we're gonna skip to the next part. I wonder if this perspective is different. Yes, it is. Looks like she's asleep. The excitement from before had faded, replaced by impatience and confusion. Lisa couldn't stay here much longer. She had to learn the name of the spirit in the forbidden room and return home. Sadly, that meant time to find a way for us to be together was slipping away too.
ミサ、離れ離れになっても、俺はお前を思ってるからな。
Lisa might not like this decision, but her future is what mattered most. Her life in the mortal realm, a future without me in it.
好きになってくれてありがとう。大好きだぞ。
I'm confused. Are you going to be together or not? Sounds like you're saying goodbye now. I gently kissed her forehead, leaving a piece of my heart with her. He's going to go confront the Wraith by himself, isn't he? He's worried about dying. The forbidden room was underground, and so I left Misa sleeping and stepped out of the nurse's office. I guess it still ends up the same way. So that's when she wakes up and the boy is there instead of Kureha, but we didn't see that part because we didn't do that affection up. Anyway, we're going to skip to the next part. And now she's confronting him with different words. Why did you come here alone? That's reckless. I was so worried when I woke up. No, something's not right. There was no color in Kureha's eyes. It was as though he didn't see me, lost in some kind of daze. Alright, so that's all the new text, and now we're on the choice that we've already seen. We've already read, please let me be close to you. Actually, we've already read both of them, so I'm going to keep skipping. Or it's going to be new text anyway. Then I thought I heard a voice.
お前は、カラカラさんの噂話を聞いたとき、恐ろしい怪異である俺に、寄り添うような言葉をくれた。温かい言葉をな。
Please let me be close to you. Show me your memories. Reaching out, I gently touched his skin, hoping my warmth would convey my emotions. I needed him to feel this warmth, to understand my love and concern for him. I love you, Kureha. I don't want to lose you. I don't want you to lose yourself. As I brushed against his cold lips, a rush of memories flooded into my mind. Alright, now we're in chapter 9. Alright, this is the last choice for the heavenly end. That made me happy, but they're talking about the Khalifa flowers and he wished that there was more. But we're going to say there's no need for them. No need for that now. Being able to help someone you love brings such joy, so you don't need to worry. Besides, I can protect Kureha too. Realizing that filled me with happiness, but then Kureha suddenly laughed.
頼りになるな。だが、俺自身しっかりしないとならない。それに、俺は正気でいたい。お前への思いを失いたくないから。愛しいと思う。この気持ちを。
He gently caressed my cheek. It was tickling yet comforting, feeling his touch warmed my heart, and I felt myself blushing.
お前は本当に愛らしいな。
That was so adorable.
どうしてそんなに可愛いんだ？
I stole your word. Stop it. I don't know what to say.
すまない。許してくれ。
The sweetness of his words was something I wasn't sure I'd ever get used to. Wait, now's not the time for this. I gently moved his hand away from my cheek.
お前のことが心配なんだ。お前が死んでしまったら、俺は。
I think they're talking about going back to go fight the Wraith again. It automatically starts skipping whenever it goes to red text, so... Then we'd be together. You wouldn't have to worry anymore, Kureha. I gasped as soon as I said the words. It wasn't just me who was taken aback by those words. Kureha was as well.
今の、本気か？
I said it, but now I couldn't bring myself to answer him. I really loved Kureha that much. Kureha gently removed my hand from his collar and held it tightly.
家族を失う悲しみを、俺は知っている。
Mom, this...
ここをうつしおに戻し、お前を返す。何があってもな。それが、俺にできること。お前に表す愛情だ。分かってくれるな。
Of course. It was a fitting way for Kureha to express his love for me, and I smiled in response, though I worried my smile would not appear genuine. This is his perspective after that. As Misa and I navigated the school halls, my mind wandered to Hinagiku. This is still before they've gone to confront her. It was right after she started crying because she cared about him so much, and she was like, why won't you just let me care about you? And so he hugged her. And now they're setting out to look for her again because she wants to solve his problems too. As Misa and I navigated the school halls, my mind wandered to Hinagiku. Hinagiku, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you sooner. They said that when you turn into a wraith, you lose yourself. I'm determined to bring you back, no matter the cost. Just because it has never been done before doesn't mean it can't be done. Misa's presence filled me with hope. Her love guides me, it lights the way. I couldn't bear the thought of us parting. Glancing around to ensure we were alone, I leaned in and whispered to Misa.
なあ、ミサ。愛してるぞ。
I'm already loving this part of the route a lot better than the other part. The other part was really sweet, and this one seems more serious or more passionate or more they are vying for a way to be together instead of accepting the fact that she may not be able to, like it was in the last one. Also, he's saying I love you all a lot more in this one. As I pulled back, she gazed up, her cheeks a deep shade of red. She averted her gaze and whispered softly back to me, I love you too. To be loved by her, it was all I could ask for. I reveled in the joy of that moment, her words deeply nestled in my heart. They are so adorable. I love this romance so much. It's innocent and cute. Alright, they're about to go into the Black Mirror. I'm really scared, but I knew there was no going back now.
覚悟はいいか?
Yes. I knew Hinage-kun might be on the other side. Okay, well, that was a very short-lived, very small text. But now we're in the Wraith. She has dropped down into our vision, and she's cursing us with all this text. If things keep going like this, I'll just be in the way. No, I want to stay by his side. I want to try. I want to help. In that moment, I accepted my death. Oh, really? Oh my goodness. Warm light enveloped me, turning the darkness white.
お前をこの身に変えても守る。
Dang. Instead of Kureha intervening and taking her away, she accepted the curse. Kureha?
意識を戻せ。ミサ。
Or maybe he's still trying.
お前は生きているんだから。
I'm not dead yet? Can't die and join you in your world? I want to help you. I felt myself floating. Unsure of where I was enveloped in warmth. This is Kureha's warmth. The warmth of my beloved. Who's there? I wanted to keep sleeping, but a warm sensation on my lips roused me. Why couldn't that be the CG? I don't understand. Dang it. I was vying for it. Kureha? Seeing him so close brought me to my senses.
戻ってきてくれたんだな。
How? Kureha gave me a faint smile. I immediately sensed something was off. No. His breath, usually cold, felt warm. What have you done?
お前に俺の思いを伝えただけだ。
Told me? Something's not right. Before I could respond, I noticed something about him had changed. Kureha, your body. I touched his face, confirming his presence.
すまない。少し無理をしたみたいでな。
What did you do? I'm so
だ
curious.
が苦しくもなんともない。だから心配するな。
What have you done? What are you saying? Kureha didn't answer me. He merely continued to smile. I sensed Kureha was fading away. No! Wait, please don't leave.
悪いな。お前を見守るという約束は果たせそうにない。
How dare you? We saved this end for last, and you're going to leave? What kind of end is this? I thought it was going to be good. Dang it. The promise doesn't matter, just stay. Stay here with me. He must have spared her somehow with his ghost powers. Kept calling out to him. Please stay here in this world. I couldn't bear the thought of him vanishing. Even if I couldn't see or touch him, I needed him to still be here.
お前は生きてくれ。生きて 必ずうつしおに戻るんだ。そして、人生を謳歌してほしい。俺の分まで。
Kureha, if you're not here with me, I'll lose myself. Kureha saved me from death. This must be why this is happening. He did something to save my life. That's why I felt that warmth on my lips. Think, think, think.
さっきの後では頼りなく思うかもしれないが、この魂にかけて、お前を守ると約束する。
Uh-oh. You transfer your soul to her? How dare you?
俺も、改めて約束しよう。魂にかけて、お前を守ると。
He repeated those words again. That was his answer. But as a member of the living, I too had a soul. Oh my goodness. That's what I've been waiting for. There's 2 CG. Oh my goodness. Kureha tried to pull away, but he seemed to weaken, and I managed to keep him close to me. I pressed my lips to his, intent on breathing life, my soul, my very essence into him. What is all that fire? So interesting. Our tongues met, seeking to merge us together. I didn't know how to do this. All I could do was hope from the bottom of my heart. Kureha, I need you. Death was not the end for me. With you by my side, it was just a new beginning. Slowly I opened my eyes and Kureha's face was before me. A wave of relief washed over me, seeing him there. It's going to be okay. It was more than relief. I felt a sense of weakness as I pulled back from him. My time is near. A faint smile formed on my lips. Thank goodness, it should be alright now.
すまない。俺は。
I'm so glad you don't have to disappear, Kureha. I'm sorry for doing this without permission, but you mean too much to me. Kureha shook his head. His expression was slightly puzzling, yet unmistakably he was smiling.
俺は狂ってしまったらしい。お前の死を悲しく思っている反面、お前の思いを嬉しくも思っていて。
This song in the background is the orchestra version of the ending theme song. It's making this so much more dramatic. I'm anxious right now. Are they who's died? Who stayed? I don't understand. Hopefully it ends good, because like I said in the last episode, there's never been very many times where it's my favorite kind of romance trope, the innocent and sweet and cute, and they actually stay together. They usually are separated, or they die, or something happens where they're not together, and it just frustrates me so much.
ごめん、ミサ。そして、ありがとう。
I felt the same way. It seemed I too had lost my mind. Yet I felt no anguish, only a deep sense of peace. Mind if I rest for a while? I'm quite tired. Kureha embraced me gently, silently consenting. Freed from all the burdens, I slowly closed my eyes. I savored the comfort of his warm embrace.
これからも共に愛している。
It's my favorite I love you phrase. His love resonated through me, and with that I heard my heart beat for the very last time. After falling asleep peacefully, I awoke in a world transformed. It's a glossary term. Since I was in the mirror, it took me a while to realize the mortal realm had been restored. It seemed that my spirit taint away had indeed caused the creation of that peculiar world. The normal life I had been seeking, the sights and sounds that I knew so well, all returned. Yet this marked a new beginning for me. Lured into that strange world, my time as a dead woman began 9 days later. 9 days. That's how long it took her to, become a ghost. I much rather prefer that ending to the godly end, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, there's more! Oh my goodness! My existence as a ghost was surprisingly peaceful, more so than my busy life when I was among the living. Though life was serene, finding inner peace was challenging. Kureha continued to visit Hinagiku, who remained a wraith in the underground altar, hoping to help her regain her sanity. I embarked on my own mission to watch over those I cared about. My mom seemed completely exhausted. Thankfully, my sister helped take care of her. Sayaka, on the other hand, was determined to uncover the truth behind my disappearance. Their lives have been appended by the fact that I'd suddenly vanished. How could I possibly make it up to them? That was the only regret I had. As days went by, there was always one thing I eagerly anticipated.
ここの映画館にいると思ったんだが。
Are you out with Koyo? That day, Kureha and I were near the station. He wanted to introduce me to a ghost friend of his. What kind of person is this friend of yours, Kureha?
今風の男でな。さっぱりした性格とでも言えばいいか。
Quite modern. He died many years after you. Modern. It was kind of hard to picture. I was also surprised that Kureha had a ghost friend outside of school. How did you two become friends?
驚くことに、幽霊となってから俺を訪ねてきてな。霊感が強かったらしく、生前から俺を見ていたとのことだった。
Huh? So he can see ghosts?
なあ、こんな風に言われたぞ。会ってみると普通、拍子抜けしたわ、と。
Normal. He seems quite a character, and now you've piqued my interest. Kureha then firmly took my hand. Is that the look of a jealous man? I looked up to see he was frowning at me. What's wrong?
お前が他の男に興味を持ったからだ。合わせるのは やめておくか。
Very jealous. I'm intrigued, but not like in a romantic way. Kureha, you're the only one for me. Are you seriously questioning my love?
そういうわけじゃない。すまない。嫉妬で暴走してしまって。
Only a little. Don't worry, I'm not mad. I actually find his jealousy kind of endearing.
はあ、お前が俺を愛してくれているのは実感しているのだが、どうにも不安になってしまってな。
Then I'll just have to shower you with even more love to keep those worries at bay.
それはいいな。だが、お前からの愛情はすでにこの胸にあるんだ。
Not even a blush. That's too bad.
今もこの胸の中にお前の気を感じる。あの時に流れ込んできたものがな。これを感じるたび、幸せな気持ちになる。
Oh. Kureha was referring to our last kiss back when I was still among the living.
ミサ、俺に愛情を与えてくれてありがとう。これからもよろしく頼むぞ。ずっとそばにいてほしい。そして成仏するときは共に。
Yes, I want the same. We aimed to cross over together. I didn't know when our time would come, but I continued to hold out hope. We supported each other so that we didn't turn into a race as we waited for our time, so that we may pass to the other side in peace. I don't get to see the friend. Whatever. It's fine. Heavenly End 9. That's the name of it. Even the ending, the better ending, is named after the title. So it's the best ending, right? But that makes me happy going forward. That makes me glad that
これからもずっと一緒にいられるわけだが、改めてよろしく頼む。二人、心が病まないように過ごしていこう。まあ、お前がそばにいるなら、俺が病むことはないがな。好きになってくれてありがとう。そばにいてくれてありがとう。愛しているぞ。
I love these messages. Anyway, that makes me feel better about spoiling one of the endings in the last episode because yes, it's good. Yeah, she gets to be with him, but she gets to truly be with him in this one. And I'm so glad that neither one of them died. I was going to be so upset if they did. I was already on the verge of tearing up as I thought about one of them dying. Kureha was, I guess, dying first. And then she's like, no, you're not going to die. I'm going to die. But whatever. Anyway, I'm very pleased with this. I can't wait to read the rest of them. So, Hibiki is next. And as I said in the previous episode, I will explain how I'm doing his common root because obviously I'm not going to read all 5 common root chapters again. So, look forward to that in the next episode. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.